This is 6 Minutes, the Seriously International Daily Newscast. It's Thursday, March 6th, and I'm Emma Albright.
And I'm Jacob Shropshire. It's supper time in Chengdu, China, and breakfast is on tables in Atlanta, Georgia. It's the lunch hour here in the World Crunch newsroom in Paris. These are the latest headlines. EU leaders are meeting in Brussels to fund a new defense strategy and support Ukraine after U.S. aid freeze. Hamas says Trump is encouraging Netanyahu to evade Gaza ceasefire deal. And our daily quiz question comes from an auction house selling chips. Our top story today is the meeting of European leaders to endorse bold measures to ramp up defense spending and pledge support for Ukraine after Donald Trump's suspension of military aid to Kyiv. Leaders of the European Union's 27 countries are being joined by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the Brussels summit. Meanwhile, a Russian missile attack on a hotel has killed 4 people in President Zelensky's hometown in Ukraine.
Hamas said on Thursday that U.S. President Trump's repeated threats against Palestinians are encouraging Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to back out of a Gaza ceasefire. Trump demanded on Wednesday that Hamas release all hostages immediately, or, quote, "it is over for you." South Korea's Air Force has said that one of its fighter jets accidentally dropped 8 bombs in the wrong place during a training exercise. 15 people were injured.
Meanwhile, North Korea, which had recently opened itself back up to tourists after a 5-year ban on foreign visits, has shut down entry again. Several tour companies say that planned trips to the country have been canceled until further notice. Pyongyang has not yet given a reason for the sudden halt. Now, let's take a closer look at what the international press is covering.
Innocence is over, headlined French daily Libération, quoting French President Emmanuel Macron's Wednesday night address, where he called for Europe to better prepare for self-defense. The speech came before today's summit in Brussels, where European leaders are expected to make major new defense commitments. In Asia, the Hong Kong Free Press led today with coverage of a top Hong Kong court overturning the convictions of 3 organizers of Tiananmen vigils, marking a rare victory for pro-democracy activists in the territory.
New Zealand has sacked its ambassador to the UK, Phil Goff, who compared Trump's effort to end the war in Ukraine with the 1938 Munich Agreement that allowed Nazi Germany to annex parts of Czechoslovakia. We have a piece from German magazine Die Zeit about the prospect that Germany could pursue nuclear weapons. Emma, walk us through this piece.
Fabian Hinz writes that Europe's biggest country is at a crossroads when it comes to its security policy, struggling with its dark past and its tenuous present. With the U.S. pulling away from past commitments to European security, even a strong supporter of transatlantic relationships like Friedrich Merz is advocating for European security independence. Ultimately, Europe has yet to face a big question: who could supplement or even replace the U.S. nuclear umbrella, which has long been the ultimate guarantor of German and European security? There are several options for nuclear defense, including the arsenals of the UK and France. So Germany does not need to become a nuclear power tomorrow, but it should leave this option open.
We have a critique of the Oscar-winning documentary No Other Land from Egypt-based news site Al-Manassa. The piece says that the film by a Palestinian-Israeli collective satisfies multiple and divergent audiences at the same time and has been met with critical success. But the film never evokes the idea that there is another land for Palestinians, that of historic Palestine.
And Chinese language outlet The Initium has a piece about digital sovereignty and internet freedom. Washington once promoted an open, unrestricted internet and criticized Beijing's efforts to control its citizens' access. But the recent sell or ban controversy over TikTok shows that the United States is looking similar to China when it comes to digital sovereignty.
We're closing things out today with our daily quiz question, which comes from an online auction house. One single Cheeto cracker sold at Golden Auction House for $87,840. What made this Cheeto so special? Is it A, it's gold-plated? B, it belongs to an original 1948 batch? C, it's caviar flavored? Or D, it's shaped like a Pokemon? The correct answer is D. A Cheeto shaped like the Pokemon Charizard has sold at auction for a total cost of $87,840. It was initially discovered and preserved sometime between 2018 and 2022 by First and Global Collectibles. The Cheeto surged in popularity on social media platforms in late 2024.
That's the latest from around the world. If you like this podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you could help us out with a follow, share, and a 5-star rating on your preferred podcasting platform. For more of the best of the international press delivered exclusively in English, visit us at worldcrunch.com. We'll see you here tomorrow. À demain.